Good morning. It's a beautiful Thursday morning, the 18th. Nice and brisk out. I do enjoy fall. The brisk in the air in the morning and in the evening. Love it. Still, the days are warm enough that you can sit outside and eat your lunch or, just enjoy the day. Not so cold and wet and rainy that it ruins being outside. Anyway, I figured today we'll talk about policy a little bit. Policy, you've heard it before, is not law. Auditors love to quote that. But policy is still something that you have to abide by, or there may be ramifications. If, say, for example, a store has a policy against having food or drink in the store, and you bring food or drink in the store, they will probably ask you to leave because you're violating their policy. And then you get a choice of leaving or not leaving. You won't be arrested for violating their policy, but if you don't leave, then you'll be arrested for trespass, because trespassing is a crime. With public agencies that are open to the public, like police stations and libraries and city halls, things like that. Typically speaking, from looking at the states that allow trespassing for policy violations from buildings that are open to the public, California doesn't really. Not generally speaking, their trespass laws are. It's a lot harder to get trespassed in California than it is in like Texas. But say, for example, in Texas, if you violate a policy, then that will give the public agency, the librarian, the community center manager, the city hall clerk, whoever, a valid reason to tell you to leave because you're violating the policy. Without that valid reason, then they can't generally tell you to leave. They can't tell you to leave just because they don't like you. I guess they can tell you to leave, but they can't enforce it just because they don't like you. There has to be kind of a policy in place that you have to violate for them to trespass you. So you wouldn't end up getting arrested for trespass or for violating the policy. You would get arrested for trespassing. You may just be warned for trespassing, given an official trespass notice, or you may get arrested for it, depending on how they want to deal with you that day. But policy is important, and you should be aware of policy. And just because it's not law doesn't mean that you're free to violate it without consequence. That's all I really had to say today, I guess. I did learn something a day or two ago, and I figured that since I didn't know about it, probably other people didn't know about it. But on the California courts website, they have published decisions. They also have unpublished decisions, which you could search through, but those aren't really useful as precedent. It's always better to find the published ones if it's possible. But you could search all the published California decisions online. It uses LexisNexis. It's powered by LexisNexis. but it's a stripped version, so you won't be able to see any shepherdizing of it. So you won't be able to ascertain 100% if it's still good, but it's there, and it can give you a good idea, a good starting point. You know, if you're just chilling at home with time on your hands and you want to see all the various cases that have referenced a particular statute or what have you, you can just play around on it and see what's good. It's a useful tool to have if you're in California and you don't want to spend for a LexisNexis license, but you still want to be able to search California decisions. So there you go. I definitely recommend, like, if you find cases that you want to check out, or that if you want to know if they're still good, definitely just like take them down to your local law library and plug them in to your local law library's LexisNexis to shepherdize them and see if they're still valid or if they've been overruled. Anyway, I guess that's it. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.